Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today has been a pretty big news day for the Call of Duty community. If you're a fan of Warzone, if you're a fan of normal, traditional Call of Duty multiplayer, then the news has been a bit lacking, but we do have some, I suppose, if you consider the fact that Activision has now confirmed, officially, that Infinity Ward is making Call of Duty 2022, and that it's going to be a sequel to Modern Warfare 2019. No more leaks, no more rumors, straight from the horse's mouth. This year, at some point in the fourth quarter, probably October or November, we're going to be getting Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2 as a sequel to Modern Warfare 2019, and then we're also going to have Warzone 2 releasing, which is going to be a brand new map. It's going to be built from the ground up to work with Modern Warfare 2022, and yeah, that's pretty much the big news there, I suppose. Now, when it comes to Warzone stuff, some of this is actually kind of interesting in my opinion, because how they went about this is yesterday, Infinity Ward actually sat on a call with a bunch of different content creators. I've seen a number of them on Twitter talking about certain ones that were there. I'm not going to list off every single person, obviously, but they were on a call that was originally going to be 1 hour, but ended up being 2 hours, where content creators were able to talk to some of the head guys at Infinity Ward and Activision and talk about their concerns with the game, and Activision, of course, was talking back at them, talking about the pros and cons of the game and things like that, but they also admitted that they, quote, fucked stuff up with Warzone, which I think is actually kind of interesting, because you're actually talking about a real human being communicating here, not a PR firm, nothing like that. Like, on the call with the devs at Infinity Ward, the devs at Infinity Ward said that they fucked stuff up with Warzone, but they are intent on fixing issues. So what we're going to go ahead and do is check out this article here from Charlie Intel. Fantastic news site if you guys haven't checked them out already, although I'm sure if you're a COD fan, especially one that follows my channel, you know of Charlie Intel by now. But in here, during the call, they bluntly said, we fucked stuff up, but made promises that these would be addressed throughout the rest of the year. Bridge stated that they were, quote, not happy with the state that Warzone finds itself in, and they admitted that they had, quote, learned the upper limits of their technology as they attempted to integrate games into Warzone over the last couple of years. As for why the Pacific Caldera was so messy, Bridge said that they were not able to make excuses, and that the team had great ambitions for the update. Unfortunately, with the limited time, they weren't able to complete it as planned, and they pushed for a delay to Season 2 so that they could ensure that the game was in a stable state. Basically, they go on to say that Warzone has messed everything up. Originally, the idea for Warzone was it was just going to be tied to Modern Warfare 2019, the same way that Blackout was tied to Black Ops 4. But the runaway success of Warzone, of course it was going to be a success. It's Call of Duty Battle Royale and it's free to play. Obviously, it's going to be massive. Even though I fundamentally disagree that people think that, Warzone is better than Blackout, I think Blackout is much better than Warzone. But the fact that Warzone was free, obviously it's going to be amazing. Obviously people are going to play it. Obviously it's going to become like a cultural phenomenon. You're talking about like one of the biggest gaming franchises out there, and you're adding a free-to-play Battle Royale that kind of fits already within the context of the game. Like Call of Duty and Battle Royale, it just makes sense. It really does. So obviously it was going to be popular, but they originally planned for Warzone to only be tied to Modern Warfare 2019. And then after that, they saw the success, and then they're like, okay, well now we have to integrate future CODs into Warzone, and that's when things started breaking. That's when the idea of like the seasonal prestige in Black Ops Cold War and Vanguard had to become a thing, because they had to tie it into Warzone somehow. And adding in the Cold War weapons, adding in the Vanguard weapons in the Warzone, and making a whole new map, like all this stuff. Basically they had like one platform, one idea with Warzone in Modern Warfare 2019. Then they kept building upon that and building upon it and building upon it and building upon it, and eventually things just became chaotic and broken and messy, and we had so many different studios all trying different things, all trying to work together, all trying to make this big game cohesive, and they've been having a lot of problems with that, obviously. I mean, look at the state of Warzone right now. It's not in a very good state, but they have announced that we're just looking at some headlines over here at Charlie Intel. Warzone devs have confirmed that ranked play is going to be coming to the game. They have confirmed that there will not be an FOV slider coming to consoles, which is so silly. They say it's because it's going to cause stability issues. Like, dude, if you're playing on a normal Xbox One or a normal PS4, you already have enough issues. Like, who cares if those people want to have an FOV slider? Just give it to them, right? They're already playing the game at like sub 60 FPS with terrible graphics. Like, you might as well let them have decent FOV. If they're that committed to playing the game and that committed to not upgrading their console, then you should just let those people have that option. I don't understand why, but they're saying no FOV slider for consoles. It just doesn't make sense to me. A number of quality of life improvements are going to be coming to Warzone in the future, and yeah, I mean, they're going to be updating the game quite a bit. Warzone 2 is going to be coming, but that means Warzone 1 is not going to be exactly support it, I wouldn't imagine, going forward, but I guess we'll have to wait and see how that's going to play out. I guess the big news here is that they're going to be fixing stuff. They're having an open line of communication, which I will say the open line of communication is good. Though at the same time, it is hard for me to be like, yo, thank you guys so much. I mean, all the cliches we talked about in my previous video, better late than never, something's better than nothing, you know. I get that communication is sorely needed in the COD franchise, and we should give praise when it happens, but at the same time, when it took them this long to finally admit all these problems and actually give us some insight from their perspective, you know, at some point it's like, well, you took forever to do this. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. So I guess we'll have to wait and see how things are going to play out going forward. Hopefully things are actually going to be a lot smoother, I suppose. Hopefully the launch of Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2 and Warzone 2, which apparently is kind of its own sandbox mode within it, is going to be good. Hopefully it's going to be interesting. I want a reason to love that game because, in my opinion, and I know this is not a popular opinion, some of you will agree, but I think a lot of you will disagree, but in my opinion, Infinity Ward has not made a great game since 2009. And how long ago was that? And they haven't made a good game since 2011 with Modern Warfare 3. If you look at Ghost, Infinite Warfare, you know, Modern Warfare 2019, stuff like that, like, just, these games are not great games in my opinion. So am I stoked for Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2? No. Me personally, I'm not. I'm already like kind of like planning ahead, like retrospective content, like about the history of the COD franchise, to make videos for that over the course of the coming year, as compared to trying to cover that game. Obviously, I'm going to be doing the alpha and the beta and the full launch. I hope the game does blow me away and changes my mind. But right now, I'm just so pessimistic going in to Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2 that I can't see myself enjoying it, given the track record of Infinity Ward and given the track record of the Call of Duty franchise, especially with how games are launching over the course of the past couple of years. Right now, all these content creators are just over the moon because they have a direct line to Activision and Infinity Ward. Infinity Ward sat in a Discord call with them. They're so stoked. They're so rock hard and happy about how all this communication is actually happening, and I get it. They feel special, I suppose. They're actually talking to the developers that make their favorite game franchise. I get that. I remember way back when I got an email from the guy who designed CeeLo. I think his name was David Vargos, I think he did work or does work at id Software. But either way, he's the guy that designed and created the multiplayer map CeeLo in World at War, and someone had saw my top 10 maps in COD history video, and number one spoiler is CeeLo. And that's not because it's an amazing map, it's because it's the map I have the most nostalgia for, it's the map I have the most memories on. We had so many private match custom games on that map, we had so much fun with it, you know, back in 2008, and until the end of time, CeeLo will always be my favorite Call of Duty map because of all the memories I have on it. And he reached out to me via email, and he's like, hey, this is, you know, here's a blog of how I actually put together CeeLo. Thank you so much for talking about my map, and basically, you know, just gave me the whole rundown, the whole history of CeeLo as a map, and that was a really cool feeling. And I think a lot of these Call of Duty commentators and news sites and stuff like that, they're kind of riding that high of talking to a dev, but in reality, I think we have to actually see how things are going to play out. I mean, actions speak much louder than words. They're giving us words, sure, but we need to see a lot more than that for me to get stoked about the future of the Call of Duty franchise. But as always, I am open to things happening. I am open to change. I am open to hearing. I'm open to listening, and I am going to cover all the news, of course, as we go down this road together towards Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2, as was Warzone 2 this holiday season. But ladies and gentlemen, that is all for this video here today. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you so much for listening. Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comments, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.